EVTN News. I'm broadcasting to you on a Sunday because I just found out today that the next few days are going to be the USCCB meeting, which obviously brings um, a lot of views towards my channel whenever the bishops say something controversial. I've been covering the USCCB meetings for a number of years now. Honestly, ever since 2018, I think. So it's been many years running. So that's something that I'm going to that's something I'm going to cover. I always say I don't enjoy it, but um, the end result is people being more informed of the events that are going on. So what the bishops are saying about different topics. Um, Maybe I'll talk a little bit about the USCCB meeting towards the end. But let's get into the news, because we had news last week, and the news cycle doesn't stop even for the USCCB meeting. Conservative Cardinal Dominic Duca, age 82, died in Prague in the early hours of Tuesday morning. Born on April 26, 1943, he secretly joined the Dominican order in 1968 and was ordained a priest 2 years later. The communist regime forced him to work as a draughtsman at a factory for 15 years, but he kept serving as a priest in secret. He was against the LMNOP agenda, and in 2023, Cardinal Ducas submitted 10 questions, a dubia, to Pope Francis about the interpretation of Amoris Laetitia, particularly concerning the reception of the Eucharist by adulterers. Please keep his soul in your prayers. It sounds like he was generally on the good side of things, so, that's sad, but hopefully he will reach his eternal reward, especially for defending the Catholic faith. So, there's that. Okay, so here is the big, controversy of the week. In a doctrinal note titled Mater Populi Fidelis, Mother of the Faithful People of God, issued by the Dicastery for the Doctrine of Faith, Kissy Fernandez, on November 4th and signed by Kissy, the Vatican declared the Marian title Co-Redemptrix to be both inappropriate and theologically unhelpful, and stated that the title Co-Redemptrix risks eclipsing the exclusive role of Jesus Christ and would not be a true honor to his mother. The note also discouraged the widespread title Mediatrix of All Graces, suggesting that it lacks solid grounding in revelation and carries limits that do not favor a correct understanding of Mary's unique place. And for me, people had a lot of strong reactions, but I don't really understand it, and so I don't know. It doesn't sound like this is going to hold up over time, though. It sounds like someone's going to come along and reuse the title at some point. So I wouldn't get too bent out of shape over this. for that very reason, is that this will probably be revisited in the future at some point under a different pope and a different set of cardinals in the dicasteries. So again, I really don't understand it too much. I believe that Pope John Paul II used the title a number of different times. So, is this a correction of him? And I don't think he was the only prominent Catholic figure to use the title. But again, like I said, I don't really understand much of it, and I think it will be revisited in the future. I don't think that's the end of that. It's kind of like Kissy's declaration on Medjugorje, where he said, well, people can go, but we're not going to make a definitive decision on whether it's supernatural or not. And so it's like, well, why even bother saying anything? But and it's kind of the case here. Like, well, you really shouldn't use the title. Like, I don't know. There's more important things to worry about. But for Kissy, I don't know. Is there really? Do you really want him working on other things? I mean, really, think about that. I mean, after all, he could be writing books, inappropriate books. Okay, Pope Leo appointed Joaquim Giovanni Mol Guimarães, age 65, as Bishop of Santos in Sao Paulo, Brazil. In September 2016, Brazil's Marxist-inspired president, Dilma Rousseff, was impeached and removed from office due to fiscal accusations, and during this time, Bishop Mol was an auxiliary bishop, and he spoke publicly in her defense. So he's a Marxist bishop, and as rector of it must be a seminary, Bishop Mol issued an administrative order introducing the concept of a social name at the university. The name reflects a gender identity rather than the legal name, so he's into that kind of stuff too. So these are the types of bishops that Leo is appointing, and there's bad bishops basically every day that are appointed. I see them on Gloria TV, so I think I'm gonna maybe just focus on some of the egregious ones, because I've been reporting on bad bishops quite a lot, and I think we can all see exactly where this is heading under Pope Leo. It's the same direction as Francis, which isn't a good direction. So, but you can all see that pretty clearly. All right. Prominent German public service television network broadcast a pro-LMNOP Mass celebrated in the Catholic Diocese of Munster last week. The October 26th televised Mass, well, I guess it would have been a few weeks ago, which was organized by the Diocese of Munster's official LMNOP ministry and celebrated at St. Anna Church in Mecklenbeck, was broadcast on ZDF, a prominent German public service television network that broadcasts Catholic Masses or Protestant services weekly. And so the Catholics are represented by an LMNOP Mass, which is absolutely pathetic. The state of Catholicism in Germany, at least amongst the German bishops, is very sad. The faithful don't deserve the bishops that they have. They deserve Catholic bishops, not heretics. So it's pretty sad to see. Alright, moving to Charlotte. At Tuesday's Presbyteral Council meeting, Bishop Martin of Charlotte requested that the use of altar rails be discontinued, and this is from the Charlotte Latin Mass group on Twitter. They said, "We are hearing the meeting was contentious and 3 hours long. Canon lawyers were referenced. Priests and faithful he can ask but cannot command use the rails." And it was announced today that at one of the masses that the one parish would discontinue the use of altar rails. So they didn't. They caved, I guess. They're not standing up for their faithful, which is really sad to see. But unfortunately, that's what, when push comes to shove, they're just going to do what the bishop says no matter what it is. Priests have to draw their lines, and they're drawing pretty bad lines. I can't really see them. Because, you know, you're going to listen to... Are you going to listen to an evil bishop, or are you just going to do what he tells you? And that's unfortunately what it's come down to. And the faithful are stuck in the middle. The Archdiocese of Dubuque, Iowa is working towards a major restructuring in 2027, which would include the consolidation of 161 parishes into about 28 pastorates, ending weekend masses at 83 churches. So I don't know if the 161 parishes include multiple churches, but ending weekend masses at 83 churches in 2027. That's a lot. That's a whole lot. And unfortunately, it seems as though this is going to continue to happen. This is going to continue to happen everywhere. And the bishops that are anti-tradition, they're just going to continue to see a decline in seminarians, a decline in laity, and the ones that are pro-tradition are going to see a very supportive laity. And it's, it's like, all right, are we working together or are we working against each other? And the bishops that are supporting traditional efforts are the ones that are working together with laity, and they can come up with great ideas, and the ones that are opposing tradition, they're just driving their diocese into the ground. It's sad to see. Very sad. Okay, Pope Leo will hold the first extraordinary consistory of Cardinals of his pontificate in January, per a Friday report. It's scheduled for January 7th to 8th. Just in a few months, all cardinals will convene in Rome for an extraordinary consistory, which is a special meeting to discuss key issues facing the church. Now, this normally when you hear consistory of cardinals, that you hear that the Pope is naming new cardinals. That I don't know that that's necessarily the case in this situation. It's probably not. It's just going to be a meeting. Francis normally avoided these, and it was some people suggested it was an effort to divide the cardinals, or at least not get them to talk to each other and meet each other. Apparently one of the feedback, some of the feedback that Leo received was that cardinals wanted to hold these meetings more regularly. So some people think this might be a big big announcement or something, but it also could just be getting everyone together just to meet each other and work together a little bit better, because as you know, Francis didn't really work very well with people, mostly heretics, rotten heretics, which, by the way, I think there was someone who posted about women deacons, and yeah, that's heresy. So, sorry about that. Not really. I'm not sorry. It's not my rules. Michael Hitchborn released a study on the Catholic Campaign for Human Development, and there is a group, United Workers Association, that received 16 grants since 2004, totaling $760,000 from the Catholic Campaign for Human Development. They support slaughter of the unborn, LMNOP, socialism, just pretty rotten, honestly. And the USCCB is just giving these away, and nothing you can do about it except not donate to them. Just they're supporting anti-Catholic ideals, and no money to USCCB. Don't give any money to the USCCB until they clean this up. This is ridiculous. It's inexcusable. And that leads us to the USCCB meeting. In recent years, they've scaled back on their public sessions, and so there's not as many videos to post, video clips. I like to post video clips because it just shows people what the bishops are saying. This one, so there will be the vote on the new USCCB president and other committee chairs in the USCCB. I think it's president, vice president, and then several committee chairs. And we'll see who gets elected. It's going to tell a lot about what a number of the bishops think about who the USCCB, who the next USCCB president should be. It's there's going to be an urgent message of immigration. There's no question about that. And so with that, knowing that, and I think the bishops, many of the bishops are either socialists or at least manipulated by Leo into the socialist mindset. And I think because of that, Flores will be elected as president. He was the synodal superstar and Texas bishop. I mean, needless to say, I assume he's pro-immigrant, pro-immigration. And you know what's interesting today is the readings at the Latin Mass, the Gospel reading for the I think it was 22nd Sunday after Pentecost was about render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, and that means that not only not only are you paying taxes, but you're also following just laws. And you know, if the bishops are protesting immigration, policies, then are they really rendering unto Caesar what is Caesar's and living by the gospel message? And that's definitely a question that someone needs to ask them, but none of them have ever talked to me about that. I wish they would, because you gotta, we got urgent issues here. I mean, as you can see in Iowa, these parishes are being merged. Churches, masses are going to be shut down. 83 parishes, 83 churches are going to be out of masses on the weekend. So we got urgent issues here, but let's focus on immigration. I mean, that's where the money comes from. Speaking of money, they could see the dollar signs from Bishop Barron. Because if they partner with Word on Fire, that could be a way to increase profits after the government's declining their government revenue. So the bishops and dioceses and Catholic charities. And so that might be an option as well. But Barron, he works closely with the president and his team. Not closely, but he works with them. And for that reason, again, on some of the bishops, we'll see how many are socialists and how many are not. But, that could hurt Barron's election chances. I don't know. We'll see. And so it's going to be a busy few days for me. Stay tuned to this channel. I'll post video clips if there are any good ones. In recent years, after Francis removed Strickland, the USCCB meetings haven't been as entertaining to follow. Haven't had as many good sound bites. And Bishop Strickland is actually free to attend the meeting whenever he wants. He just has chosen not to ever since his removal. So that's just something to think about. I hope he does attend it, but who knows? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, stay tuned on this channel the next few days, and I'll get you some video clips, hopefully. Well, yeah, because I'm going to be following and I'm going to be watching, so I'm hoping there's some information there. I mean, it might just be a bunch of bishops promoting open borders immigration. That's kind of boring. And I'm sure they're going to show the live stream vote of the committee for the committee chairs and the president and vice president. It's just going to show you what direction the USCCB is going to go. I'm not optimistic, but in the last one there was the candidates who are fairly conservative. Well, conservative is relative, but the ones who are more conservative than the other bishops, they seem to win pretty handily. So that's that's going to be certainly a possibility for this upcoming election. So, okay, that's it. That's all I have. This has been EVTN News. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. We are the laity, and we will not be silent.